Hello, friends. Steve here, and here is the picture from the calendar for this month. And this month is the spectral moon of liberation, which is about dissolving, releasing, and liberating. It's a fairly active month. It's the 11th month of the 13 month. And there's something written about this month by Jose Arguelles, who was the kind of leader of the Mayan people for this lifetime. And he said, to see clearly, you must continuously detach from yourself. The actual you is a moving force and not any personality or conditioned state of being. Though it might appear otherwise to the fixated world. We are energy in flow. On a personality level, if we've had traumas, betrayals, overwhelming events, that the emotions were held, and so the event didn't get digested in our system, that aspect of ourself is fixated, and the energy doesn't flow through that fixation. Until that fixation is released, and the energy flows again. But the more you do this work, so we've been in a time of cleansing. We've just completed a 28-year cycle of cleansing from March 23rd of 1997 through March 24th of 2025. So this 28-year cycle of cleansing, I'm Steve, by the way, this 28-year cycle of cleansing has completed, but it does not mean that the cleansing has stopped. Because as long as we're attached to the person that was injured, to the emotions that we held and feel have a right to, I'm not going to forgive myself, I'm not going to forgive this person, I'm going to hold on to these energies. As long as we do that, we're constricted, and who we are as a being has less room to flow in our life until we choose to let it go. And this is the month of liberation. This is the month to dissolve. And I've been feeling like I've been dissolving. This is week 2 of the months of dissolving, the months of releasing, the month of integration of all those energies that we release and ground into the earth, and the month of liberation, because there's a freedom of movement that comes when we let go of the constriction we've been experiencing. And just overview of the rest of the next 3 weeks of the month, the last 3 weeks of the month. Today is Friday. Friday is the first day of the week in the Mayan calendar. It's related to the crown chakra. It's a white resonant Worldbridger, which is guided by endlessness. On Monday, May 12th, we have a full moon on the Pacific, on the West Coast. It'll be at 9:55 a.m. And then beginning Tuesday, we have a galactic activation portal Wednesday, a galactic activation portal. May 20th, we have the 5th auspicious day of the 13 auspicious days of Pakal Bhutan. We have another auspicious day on the 6th, as well as the galactic activation portal. And we have another auspicious day of Pakal Bhutan on May 23rd. It'll be the 7th of the 13 auspicious days. We have a new moon on the 26th, and we have another galactic activation portal on the 27th. So this, we have a very active, we have a slightly less active month on the 12th lunar month, which is basically June. And then we have a very active month in terms of galactic activation portals in July. So July is going to be probably the most active month between May, June, July. And then July 26th is the last. July 24th is the last day of the Mayan calendar year. So let's look at White Resonant Worldbridger. And there is a healing field going on. So if you want to go through the process, you know the process. Connecting to your deep self, connecting to your higher self, connecting to your highest self, stating these things out loud, grounding yourself to the healing center of the earth, open yourself to the healing power of the one. Letting go of anything no longer useful to you now, and stating out loud, I choose to work with the Hathors if you want 7th level beings supporting you in what you're going through. Highly recommend it. Okay, today is a resonant tone. So it's a white resonant Worldbridger. White Worldbridger is the solar kin. Resonant is the 7th of the 13 tones of the lunar tones that the calendar is based on. And the resonant tone is about channeling, bringing the information in, inspiring, having the information coming in lift others up, and attunement, coming into an energetic relationship with others so you can get to really know them based on what's vibrating in their system. Now, there's practice in this where you open it up, you close it down. You open it up, you close it down. Sometimes you open it up, it's too much. You just need to take care of yourself, integrate all that energy. When it's integrated and you feel like you can open it up again, open it up again. When you find someone like, okay, I really need to not be working with these energies, go ahead and put up your shield, put up your field, however you want to call it, protective field, protective shield, put it up, hold those energies, let them go around you. But when you can, really be aware, especially in personal relationships, really be aware of where the other person is. The resonant tone is about that. It's the balance at the center of the pattern, the center of the 13 energetics. The lunar tones are energetics, they're tones. And the 7 is the center and represents the magic that holds the whole together. Humans are resonant beings. Whatever energies we are exposed to, we have the ability to resonate with or vibrate at like frequency with. Notice how our moods can be influenced by the channel on the radio and the emotional, physiological, or mental states which are evoked by the music's vibration. By accessing keen perception of energies and vibrations, we can be more selective of what we bring into our field of play. This discernment directs us to find our own state of right alignment within any situation, as well as surround ourselves with what inspires us. Our mystic power is the strength of our personal attunement. What are we attuning to? I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. I open myself to the healing power of the One. I connect with my deep self. I connect with my higher self. I connect with my highest self. I connect with the higher dimensional realms which are assisting me to change. Notice if it changes how you feel. Don't think. No, well, think if you want. Think about anything you want. But it has been my experience. That's better than give you a rule and a regulation about what you should think or not think. It has been my experience that the more my system opens up, the more there is for me to let go. So this whole awakening process has not been for me an awakening to comfort. It's been an awakening to challenge. It's been an awakening to the strength I have to meet that challenge and to release things I've been holding on to from the past. Just let them go, let them be released, and let it flow through my system and anchor me more and more to the healing center of the earth. The healing power of the earth, the healing power of the oneness. I feel, personally, I can't go wrong when I'm connecting up with healing fields. I mean, I may not be comfortable. It may not be what I thought I was looking for, but it will change. It changes me, and I feel like I'm becoming a better and better human being. So let's just take a look at what's coming up with the White Worldbridger as this day. So the White Worldbridger, the words are equalizes, death, and opportunity. Death is related to grief and loss oftentimes, and the throat is the area that White Worldbridger relates to. It relates to the white, the north, which refines. It relates to the throat, which oftentimes holds back from speaking or holds the grief of loss. So there's the Maori people, I think they're New Zealanders, the original Aboriginal New Zealanders. They say, you were, you will be. Know this while you are. Your spirit has traveled both long and far. It rose from source. To source it returns. The spark which was lighted eternally burns. Worldbridger represents revelation, realization of the mortality of the physical body, the organic balance of life and death, the realm of neutrality which facilitates bridging and connection, intimate exchange with the spirit of the ancestors that we're connected with, even if we're shut down to that connection to some degree and are just beginning to really open up inside ourselves the things that maybe our ancestors weren't able to handle and resolve and integrate and get the learning from at the time of the experience, but they passed that on to us to do that. So you could say, oh, what the heck? I didn't volunteer for this. You did. And so may as well do it. But anything you heal that is stored, unresolved events of the past of your ancestries, they're affecting you, so you may as well heal them. anything that you heal in that heals it in all directions for all your ancestors and for the whole collective field of the world. Anything you release for all. It's a good motivation. The spirit of the ancestors, just keep that a little bit in your thoughts. As a force of equalization, the inevitability of death humbles us all. As we contemplate how all things have an eventual ending, we are drawn into the richness of the now. With the perception that death equals opportunity, we find a sacred key that speaks not only of our imminent passing beyond this physical body, but also in regards to ego death. By continually shedding what no longer serves, we learn to yield to death as a natural overturning of cyclical processes. Releasing identities and surrendering attachments grants us access to new worlds that are right there, that we aren't seeing because we're holding on to an older world we haven't released and integrated. But once we release and integrate it, this new world just shows up. Was it there before? It probably was. Was it there for you? No, it wasn't, because you couldn't see it because you were holding on to the past. Worldbridger asks, what within your life is asking to be let go of or ended, to make way for a new cycle to begin? What is discovered when you contemplate our human mortality? How can we overcome fear of death and find trust in the journey of life? How can we honor the reality of death in all its facets as a sacred ally? Let us welcome the power of death to liberate us from self-defeating habits, fears, and limitations. Self-defeating habits, fears, and limitation. Welcome the power of death, ego death, to liberate us from self-defeating habits, fears, and limitations. A succinct mantra for aligning with Worldbridger power is, I surrender to opportunity. The Peace Pilgrim, lovely person, wrote a beautiful book. You would like to read it. She said, when you know that you're only wearing the body, I mean, I still say take care of it, like your car, you're only driving the car, but you want it to start, you want it to stop, so you want to take care of it. So when you know that you are only wearing the body, which can be destroyed, that you are the reality which activates the body and cannot be destroyed. How can you be afraid? And that's not saying that I don't feel fear. That's saying that maybe the Peace Pilgrim didn't feel fear. And she trusted life, and she went around talking to people about the things she talked about, and people fed her as she wandered through the world, and just was a pilgrim for peace. Which I would say that I'm a pilgrim for peace as well. I fully support peace. I would love to see a continual increase in peace in this world I live in, and I feel like we're really moving into this peaceful consciousness. There's some disruptions along the way that each of us are experiencing. And hopefully your disruptions are, for the most part, ones that, to the best of your ability, you can manage. And I wish you well in managing them. Okay, so the last bit of this piece is we're going to ask the higher self to assist all the souls that return to the event we went back to to help all the souls connect with that part of their soul that had remained at that event, and bring that combined soul back into the body in present time with all of its wisdom, power, and clarity, its compassion, its curiosity, and its kindness, and with joy and peace. I ask all the souls to ground themselves into the healing center of the earth and open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies into the earth at this time. And I ask that those new energies be brought in now. And I ask that they be activated. And I let the universe and beyond know that this has been done and that it's good. So I hope for many of you that my not having been, doing videos for the past 11 days or whatever it is, that I don't overwhelm you by doing two at once. But this is Steve, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate all you're doing for the healing of the world. I appreciate you working with me, with the World Healing Field, and continuing to change, let go, free up, become more fluid in the flow of your life, so that all right, that was a funny little pause, but anyway, now can go change and be well, and know that we're in this together, and we're doing the best we can. All right, till next time.